My name is Sheila. Welcome. We are Handbook for the New Paradigm, Volume 3, Becoming. We are on page 330 if you're following along with me in the book, transmission session number 31. It is through the application of the law of allowance that the greatest progress will be made with regard to the invocation for manifesting the new paradigm of experience. This is the most difficult of all the laws to apply, for it requires the letting go of detailing the desired outcome. It is extremely difficult for the limited mind to focus on the outcome without feeling sure that it is necessary to also envision the process by which that outcome will come into being. Ooh, and that has to do with the fact that as children, we were all told to put down the toys and the imagination. We're going to be adults now. We have to get into the real world now. And that's not how it works in the real world now. So we kind of have to move over here and not do that. I'm telling you, there's a lot to that. For me, anyway, I see that as a huge part of the issue internally as to why the process doesn't work, right? And why that has to be let go. Um, Yeah, it cannot be emphasized too much that it is the outcome that it is necessary to focus upon. The question when then arises within the mind as to what indeed it should, quote, look like. The fact is, the most important aspect to quote envision is what it will feel like. Therefore, it is necessary to coin a new expression such as, quote, feel, in order to bring the proper focus on the. Okay, wait a minute. That must be why I feel called to absolutely make sure how I feel about everything. Get used to the feeling of trusting my own discernment. Yeah, there's something there about that for me. Therefore, it is necessary to coin a new expression such as in feel in order to bring the proper focus on this aspect of manifesting. What is called manifesting is indeed coming into the understanding and the application of the four universal laws. These have been simplified in concept and renamed to words that bring forward greater applicability, for they fit within your normal spoken vernacular. And this next bit is underlined in the book. Focus, intend, and release within feeling to experience harmony and balance is as simple as it is possible to place these wondrous laws into your conscious awareness. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to do a little something with that because, yeah, I like that. Focus, intend, and release within feeling to experience harmony and balance is as simple as it is possible to place these wondrous laws into conscious awareness. It is the intent of these messages to be focused at the planetary level for the greatest healing possible. However, that does not indicate that the individual, for their own experience, cannot use these laws. Do remember, it would be easy for humans to become so caught up with their own, quote, life drama that the greater purpose for the planet as a whole becomes lost and, quote, falls through the cracks. The point to remember is that without the healing of the whole, the individual applications of the law will do little to bring about the freedom of humanity from the planned scenario of control. It is therefore imperative that any personal application of the laws be focused within the greater planetary focus. Well, first of all, I feel it's important for me personally to make sure that I'm freeing myself from my own personal slavery within before I'm trying to contribute to anything in the out there, right? That's the first thing, right? Thoughts regarding this are most productive if all is seen and felt, that's in quotes, within a holographic picture of all applications contributing to the success of the planet as a whole. Within that focus, each individual success in applying the laws then contributes to and strengthens the greater focus, which is why I feel like I can change no one else. I can only change me. And so by focusing it internally, it actually does help the all. Furthermore, the individual then draws a greater contributing focus of energy from the planetary whole into their process, a wonderfully helpful boost toward their desired goal. Again, each is reminded to include the statement for the highest and best good for all concerned. This releases the thought thinking aspect of the action of the laws to utilize energies that otherwise would not be available to contribute to the whole holographic pattern. I can see that very easily. The universal laws, when properly invoked, can bring about wondrous changes in situations that otherwise would remain stuck within their current motion and momentum. This remarkable process results in complete rearrangement of energetic forces that are in motion. This causes a period of chaotic energy shifting, but can happen quickly if it is released or allowed to complete the process without the input of imposed restrictions to its motions by the intender by continually adding thoughts to the process on how the laws must bring about the desired focus. Well, that makes a lot of sense to me, right? It is this necessary release or allowance that is the key. The educational process has brought mankind many blessings, but it has also allowed for great limitations, and boy, ain't that the truth. The simple tribal experience in faith in guided rituals often brought about remarkable changes with success based on previous experience and allowance of, quote, unknown energies to bring forth the desired change. It was the allowance of that, quote, wise outside energy to accomplish the feat that allowed it to happen. How much better it is to understand that the outside something is but the naturally existing laws that underpin all of existence, acting through the focus and cooperation of the minds involved. You are the point of awareness, the point of focus of divinity, living experience into wisdom, is what I hear this being said here. It is also important to mention again the added impetus that is gained when more than one mind agrees in basic concept on a desired focus. It is possible to, quote, know that the agreed upon desire for a new paradigm of experience can be the encompassing focus. It is possible for it to contain myriad individual foci, each contributing to the success and fulfillment of all when the highest and best good of all concerned is the releasing factor. The greatest success is accomplished when the foci are concerned with the outcome and not the how, why, when, and ifs that the human mind is so good at conjuring up to contemplate. It is this unneeded contribution that, quote, gums up the works and throws the monkey wrenches into the process. This not only slows the process, but can cause it to fail to manifest, or worse of all, bring forth a convoluted version of what was potentially possible. Thus, it is again stressed that the discipline of holding the focus on the desired outcome is of the utmost importance in allowing the process of the laws once set into motion to bring into manifestation that which will serve the greatest number to their highest and best good. And again, for me, that's a safe bet because I don't have no clue as to what my higher soul, my divinity wished for me to experience or wished to experience out of this. And I don't want to cut any of that off at the knees. Thank you very much. And the same goes for anybody else out there. I don't got a clue as to what you came here to experience. So by saying it in that manner, we are releasing all of us, including ourselves, to be able to experience exactly what we're meant to experience. This message will need to be read and reread in order to help each to keep in mind the exactness required in laying the foundation for the successful application of the basic universal laws. The habits of the undisciplined mind are deeply ingrained. Boy, I've been shown that over and over again about myself, over and over and over. However, practice followed by success and holding to the simple repetition of the basics over and over again will bring about the desired new paradigm of experience. I do feel like that is the case. And that is the outcome that I'm holding right out here. Well, now for something completely different. And oh, I hear the doorbell. That's interesting. Just then, we don't get very many doorbells around here, but that's kind of interesting. The holographic concept of all fitting together within a matrix that contains infinite variety within a whole can and will allow for the freedom that mankind yearns to experience. It will be necessary to incorporate these concepts within the mind and the heart in order that these become the new, quote, God that each finds necessary to fill the void within. In this way, mankind can at long last come into the understanding that each is an expression of the divine order that is God, knowing Him, herself, allness in self contemplation. It is necessary to further let go of the need to, quote, personify to identify. This greater concept of God and accept it as an ongoing process. Consider this carefully. You know what? I really do feel like that's true. I have come within myself to feel that which we call or perceive as God is actually nature. It is actually just everywhere because it's everything. It's omnipotent. And every single thing that I gaze upon, that I interact with, is part of that divinity being reflected back to me. All is here for divinity's experience. Just what if that's true? What if that is true? There's been a control matrix that's interrupted to try to tell everybody that there's something standing in between you and divinity. What if you are that divinity? Because that's what I think it is. Well, I hope that you found this entertaining and helpful. Um, I have committed to one more of these for today, and I will do that. And this is the end of number 31. Join me again for 32. I hope that you will move towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. It is a matter of your own perspective, perception, and there's always more than one way to view everything. Till we meet again, be well, my friends.